Shenmue 3. It's finally here. I got the collector's edition through limited run, so you can see they included a card. They actually packaged this really well. I can't believe it, it's finally here. You know, a friend of mine once told me, Shenmue 3, this is many years ago, he said, Shenmue 3 is never coming out. You know that, right? And I was like, what do you mean it's never coming out? Well, how would you know that? How would you know that this game is not coming out? How did you know that? You don't know what they have planned. It may come out. It could come out next year. You don't know. You don't know. Yeah, how would you know that? And he said, oh, I don't know. I just read in a magazine once, if you want to piss off a Shenmue fan, you just tell him Shenmue 3 is never coming out. Well, here it is. What do you have to say for yourself now, Josh? All right, so this is the packaging. This cardboard insert that it's shrink wrapped to was actually the same size as the shipping box, so it kind of kept everything from sliding around, which is really cool. Here is the limited run card that came with it. And we'll take the main shrink wrap off. And as you can see, the box has this embossed effect, so like it's kind of like a textured feel to the lettering and the faces, which is pretty cool. It's a nice little touch, and it has like sort of a foil layer on it, so it's got kind of this shiny, colorful effect on any of the gold and silver areas. Looks pretty cool. And the back of the box also lists the contents of the limited edition. Alright, let's check it out. So inside we've got this really cool looking interior box that slips out. And in here we've got the game and the rest of our contents. We'll open that one later. Let's take a look. Here we have the DLC, the pre-order DLC. And on the back here it tells us that there is a Dreamcast case in the bottom. Don't forget to look for it. Here's the patches. I guess you could sew these onto something if you really wanted, but I mean, I don't really like to use one-time use things in these limited editions. I mean, you could use it again, I suppose, but then you'd have little stitch holes. Here's the mirror, Dragon and Phoenix mirror. It's not actually a mirror, it's just to look like the mirror in the game. It's got the dragon on one side and the Phoenix on the other. Here's some stickers and the light box. This thing's actually really cool. It takes 3 AAAs and it's got a really nice effect. It's one of those things I'll probably mod it later to add a lithium-ion battery just so I'm not wasting batteries. Here's the Dreamcast case. So it's just supposed to look like, you know, a Dreamcast case, but for Shenmue 3. I suppose if you wanted to, you could put your PlayStation 4 game in there, or just leave it in the PlayStation 4 case. Alright, so I played a little of the game already, and I was actually a bit surprised. I didn't think it was going to affect me much, but I actually got a little tear in my eye when I started it up, and it just really brought back that excitement and adventure that I felt with the original game so many years ago. It stays pretty true to the original games in many ways, but with updated graphics and quality of life improvements. The voice acting is so similar to the original games, which by today's standards wouldn't be such a great thing, but they've upgraded it enough to make it decent while still being familiar to fans of the original games. It just feels like Shenmue, but improved, which is great for fans of the series. I think fans will love this, and then people that are new to this series will probably still find enjoyment in this game. And in fact, there is a story recap at the very beginning, so you can check that out if you aren't familiar with the previous games. I just don't think they'll appreciate it to the extent that fans of the series would. All the little nuances from the games are still there, but just, you know, everything's improved. And yeah, I think that it really shines through to the fans, but I think newcomers will also appreciate the game. Honestly, I went into this game thinking
the Yakuza series is the much better series. I kind of made this determination after playing the first 2 Shenmue games. I loved them, by the way, but then many years went by, and then the Yakuza games were coming out, and they just kept coming out with more and more, and they just kept getting better. And I saw those games and I thought, this is kind of like Shenmue, but better. Like, there's a leveling up mechanic, there's a lot more fighting, there's a lot of things to do. It's kind of an open world map, a little bit. I mean, Shenmue was to a degree, but this was a little bit more open. And I went into this thinking Yakuza is the better series. But now, after playing this, I kind of have to disagree. I think they're both good in their own ways. Like, Shenmue is a really good adventure story. Yakuza's got some good story elements. There's a lot to do, but it also has the leveling up mechanic and a lot more fighting. So I think they're both great for different reasons. Anyway, these are just my first impressions of the game so far. I am loving Shenmue 3, and I can't wait to get back to the rest of it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.
Lucky Hit. Hello, will you try Lucky Hit? Now then, pick a platform.